Good afternoon, parents. This is Mrs. Pogue, your child's math teacher, and this is the Back to School Night presentation for the year 2020 for the Math 7 Honors class. I do teach math. That is my superpower. And when we get back to campus, I will be in room 14. My 3 classes of honors this year are the red team, period 2, the yellow team, period 4, and the green team, period 5. The colors are just for fun and to give us some, school spirit when we get together as a class. This is a little bit about me. I have 3 kids. Abigail is my oldest in the middle. She's a senior at Mission. Hunter's my second oldest. He is a sophomore at Mission. And then my youngest, Savannah, is a 7th grader at La Paz. My husband, Jason, works at the high school ministry at Saddleback Church. And then there's me over there in the white shirt. Some of Mrs. Pogue's favorite things, well, a lot of my favorite things are I love Marvel and math and my web leaders and my 7th graders. I love Star Wars and Harry Potter and iced coffee and love hanging at the beach and the color yellow. So those are some fun things. I also had the students fill out a slide so I could get to know them a little bit better about all the things that they like to do as well. Every day, if you hear your child chanting at the beginning of my math class, it's because we do an I can and an I understand statement. So I should just include you in that. So feel free to repeat after me. I can. Join the class text remind. If you as the parent want to stay up to date on our announcements and informations, in addition to weekly emails, sometimes I send out text reminds to remind the students to either turn something in or go watch a video or don't forget about this assignment. And so if your child doesn't have their own cell phone number, you can sign up for this. And all you have to do is send a text to the number 81010. And then in the message part of the text, you have to do the @ symbol, and then you can do honors M7. And it'll ask you back for your name, and you can say that you're a parent, so then I know on the text remind. You don't have to get the app, but the app sometimes helps you organize the information I send out. The best way to contact me is through email. So there's my email, pogue@svusd.org. You can also check the website, the La Paz School website, and the ARIES portal, the Parent Family Portal, and the Google Classroom. Google Classroom does not give parents access on their own, so you'll have to log in with your student. But when you do log in and they click on math, all their upcoming assignments should be right there on the front page on the left side, so you can see if they have anything that is missing or coming up that is due. Go ahead and repeat after me. I understand how Mrs. Pogue's math class works. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here we go. Here's their materials needed for at home: a whiteboard marker, a pencil, red pen, black pen, a folder and a spiral notebook that matches in color for whatever team they're on. And then there's a picture of their book, the Math 7 Honors book. And they also have a workbook that says Interactive Study Guide. It's the ISG. And actually, they won't need the whiteboard marker until they return to school on campus if they're coming for hybrid. All right, growth mindset, the U-Cubed videos that we've been watching. We'll continue to do one U-Cubed lesson a week until we are through all of the growth mindset. And basically, sometimes kids' brains get stuck in a cage because they don't think that they're a math person. Maybe they think they're an English person, or they just don't like math, or they had bad experiences with math. But what I'm trying to teach them is, dun, da, 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 your brain can grow, and you can learn any high levels of math that you want to, as long as you put your mind to it. So that's Mrs. Brooks and I. We got to go visit Joe Bowler at Stanford University a couple years ago and learn all about the growth mindset. The positive messages that Joe is teaching in these lessons to the kids are things like speed is not important, mistakes are beautiful, believe in yourself, and that you can learn high levels of math. So those are the things that we're instilling in your child in our math class. All right, synchronous versus asynchronous. If you've heard these words and you don't know what they mean, here we go. Synchronous means when we're together in class on Zoom. So in class on Zoom, we are going to be doing hands-on learning and activities, group work in breakout rooms, quizzes, is for formative, that means not for a grade, and summative, for a grade. We're going to play games, we're going to practice, we're going to do interactive whiteboards, and we're going to practice a lot. Now, asynchronously means on their own time in Google Classroom. That is where all the lectures are actually going to take place, because I don't want to slow them down synchronously and have them watching a video that's not buffering correctly. So they're going to watch little tiny 5 to 8 minute videos on how to do a math concept that are by me. I record them. It's my voice and my picture and my PowerPoint slides. Then they're going to do practice problems from the textbook, and the odd answers are in the back. It's a secret that I tell them about so that they can check their answers. We also have IXL, which is a great online program that I'm teaching your kids how to use for practice. And then they're going to submit work via Google Classroom. So that's all done on their own time, whatever day they want to, however they organize it on Monday. I'll help them set up a structure on Monday when we fill out our planners, but then they're in charge of getting it done by the next Sunday. Okay, so for grading, homework, classworks, and projects are all a work habits grade, which means they're either going to get outstanding, satisfactory, needs work, or unsatisfactory, depending on how many assignments they do. Late work is always accepted during the current unit, like we're on integers for the month of September. And if they have late work or missing work, then I'll ask them to attend tutorials so that I can make sure that they get the work done. Tests and performance tasks are 100% of their grade. Now, don't freak out. They have to prove mastery. We're going to take lots of formative, which is practice quizzes, and students can retake sections of the test if they don't do well on the full test or on sections of the test. And kind of think of it like a sports game. We're going to do drills and practice, right? Those are all of our homework. We're going to do a scrimmage, which is like a practice test, and then it's game time, and that's their test where they're going to show their mastery on their math. The grading scale is a standards-based grading scale, but I do equivalent it to percentages in the grade book so that you can see. 4.0 is exceeds, 3.0 to 3.5 means they're meeting the standards, 2.0 to 2.5 is approaching, incomplete is 1.0 to 1.5. All tests and assessments go in at 100 points with this 4-point scale. And homework, just so you can see it in the grade book, is only worth 1 little point. Because remember, I'm going to give them a work habits grade. And also, I don't think they're going to do well in the game unless they're doing practice every day. So homework is very important, not so much as a big score in the grade book, but so that they can do well at the game time, which is their actual test. Here's the scale of what the standards-based number scale equivalents to on the percentage chart. So we got, 100% all the way down to 60%. If it doesn't turn in, if a child doesn't turn something in or is missing something completely, it goes all the way to 0%. But if there are missing things in the grade book, the student can totally make them up. They just need to email me or come in and see me at tutorial. Math, the only place where people buy 64 watermelons and no one wonders why. Little math humor there for you. In 7th grade, we really pick up the conceptual learning and talk about why things are done in math, not just the computation, which means your student's going to groan right now, but they have to show their work. They need to be showing me their steps because I want to see what's going on in their brain and how they're thinking. How are they problem solving? How are they modeling the picture? And then their communicative reasoning skills, being able to defend their answer and justify it. We call those CERs, claim, evidence, and reasoning. And they're going to justify why they know or how they know that their answer is correct. Another joke for you. Right, with algebra, just a darn minute. Yesterday you said x equals 2. If your child is having any problems in math and they need to get more math help from Mrs. Pogue, we have tutorial built in our schedule. And every week they can sign up for a spot anywhere between 12:45 and 2 p.m. on Tuesdays through Fridays. Our 3 R's at La Paz are respect, responsibility, and readiness. And we're going to enforce those. And if I ever have any issues with your student in Zoom or in the classroom when we come back to hybrid, I will let you know right away with an email. All right, here are our Zoom online expectations. We want the video and audio working. So if there's a computer at home that doesn't have the video or audio working, you can come to the school and get a Chromebook that works. We want you to get a Chromebook that works for your student that has the video and the audio being able to work. Students need to have their last name and first name, which as long as they're logged in with @mysaddleback, that's fine. We don't do virtual backgrounds just because it can be very distracting for the other students in the class. And also, if they have to toggle between screens, it will go to their name screen. And sometimes students put like a funny picture in here, like, SpongeBob or a cat or a flower or something like that. And the teachers at La Paz are asking that they put in an image of their face so that when they are having to not show their screen on their video for some reason that day, at least I can see a picture of their face, because I'm really trying to learn names in these first 20 days of school. They're going to use the comment section in Zoom only for educational questions and to help other students if other students are asking questions. And this one's a really tough one in Zoom, but we're not going to interrupt others that are speaking. We're going to use the reactions down at the bottom of the screen on Zoom. They can raise their hand, they can give a thumbs up, they can clap, things like that. So you're not interrupting the speaker while they're speaking. Okay, the progression to their next math class. In 7th grade, they are in Math 7 Honors right now, which means they have 2 options of where they're going to go in 8th grade. If they maintain an 85% or higher for the whole entire year, they have good academic maturity, they have little to no missing assignments, then they will go on to the honors course in 8th grade, which is called Algebra 1. That is the honors course, Algebra 1, even though it doesn't say the word honors. If they don't do so well this year and they don't master all of the standards and they've had just a little bit of trouble, maybe they were misplaced into the honors class, then they're going to go into Math 8. And that's not a remedial class. It is the normal class for 8th grade math, is Math 8, where Algebra 1 is the honors course. That will not put them behind in their high school classes. It just wouldn't put them ahead. If you have any questions on this entire presentation, please send me an email, and I'm going to get back to you, hopefully as fast as I can, within 24 hours. Otherwise, I thank you so much for coming to back to school night and watching the video. I've been having so much fun with your kids, and I'm super excited for our first unit, which is on integers. We'll probably have our test towards the end of September. Okay, bye parents. Thanks for watching.